We all have to earn people's trust, and others will have to earn ours as well. Trusting someone despite signals of untrustworthy conduct is one of the most common ways to end up in trouble and disappointed. Hello and welcome back to Zephyr, your daily dose of awesome content. In this video, we will observe 10 different types of people who we should avoid at all costs. Before starting, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and also hit the notification bell to get updates whenever we post new videos. Also, if you are interested in making some passive income online and living a laptop lifestyle, check out the first link in the description. Now, let's start with the video. 1. Individuals who exclusively speak about themselves. People who are overly self-centered become uninteresting after a time and, to be honest, are unlikely to be interested in you. A discourse should include both sides and should not be one-sided. Listening is an essential element of any interaction. As a result, if you are dealing with egotistical and narcissistic people who are only concerned with themselves, my advice is to avoid them and devote your time to those who are actually interested in you. 2. People who are passive-aggressive. It is not always easy to identify a passive-aggressive personality. In fact, persons suffering from this illness may portray themselves as charismatic, alluring, and amiable, with a distinct sense of irony and sarcasm. However, understanding the dynamics of this mentality takes time, and once you recognize these people, stay away from them for your own good. Passive-aggressive persons can be identified by a variety of actions, including prolonged silence, victimization, or closure. These are just a few of the key characteristics of passive-aggressive people. "I don't mean to insult you but," is a common phrase used by passive-aggressive people. 3. People who gossip. Rest assured, if someone speaks negatively about other people around you, the moment will come when this person will speak negatively about you to someone else. And I don't mean folks who have occasionally attacked a common friend in the middle of a conversation, but rather those who have made a career out of tearing others down. And, especially in the workplace, remember not to gossip about a colleague or boss behind his back. Do not listen to those who gossip about colleagues or bosses behind their backs, and do not be the topic of rumor behind his back. In short, gossip never yields positive results, because gossiping is a harmful practice. 4. People who speak negatively about their ex-partner. This point is connected to the previous one in certain ways. The irony is that people who speak negatively about their ex with their current spouse believe they are doing the right thing, yet they are actually doing the reverse. What can their current partner anticipate from them in the future if their relationship ends? Perhaps to be mocked by a group of mutual friends, if not worse. Keep your feelings for your ex-partner private, and respect your partner for doing the same. Being together does not always imply sharing everything. 5. Liars who are pathologically deceitful. There isn't much to say here, but I couldn't leave this profile off. I don't think I need to explain why trusting a compulsive liar is a bad choice. But how do you spot this kind of person? It's simple. When pathological liars make a story, they are usually either the heroes or the victims of almost any event. They are easy to detect since they tend to exaggerate things when they tell a story. What worries us about them is that they are so excellent at speaking falsehoods that they end up believing them, and if you are not careful, you may end up believing them as well. 6. People who overflirt. There is a distinction to be made between being courteous and flirting. And there is a distinction between flirting elegantly at the appropriate time and within specified parameters, ensuring that the person in front of you feels at ease. However, there is an incorrect method to do it, which is to do it shamelessly or, worse, vulgarly without respecting certain boundaries. Avoid persons who like to flirt excessively, even if you have made it plain that you are not interested. 7. People who do not regard you as a leader. If someone is disrespectful to you, even if it is someone you love or care about, stop justifying and forgiving them every time. Perhaps your husband or wife has had a bad day at work and replies to you with bad manners during a conversation, but if this is a frequent occurrence, their behavior is completely unacceptable, and they must learn to manage themselves better without venting their frustrations on you or anyone else. Be understanding, but also comprehend what's going on, and avoid those who don't appreciate you. 8. People who always seem to know more than you do. Do you have an issue at work? You can be certain that these folks will always have a larger problem than you. Do you have a date with a lovely lady? They will, without a doubt, have a date with a more attractive girl. Have you ever been to the moon? They've gone to Mars, so don't get too enthusiastic. Just a tip, don't waste your time telling these folks your stories since they aren't really listening to you, they are merely planning their next personal great adventure to share with you, which will undoubtedly be more interesting than yours. 9. Individuals who fall in love too quickly. When it comes to relationships, we've entered perilous ground. This is a tricky subject because it is not always fixed, but in most circumstances, do not believe people who declare "I love you" too early. To be clear, these are not evil people, as opposed to the profiles outlined in the prior points. Most likely, they sincerely believe they are in love, but be cautious not to put too much faith in them if you don't want to be hurt. A person who is prone to falling in love too quickly is generally passionate and impulsive, as well as insecure, and in quest of approval. The trouble is that, just as he falls in love quickly, he can change his mind and depart just as swiftly. These people are frequently theatrical and attention seekers. Pay heed to individuals who reveal themselves to you too quickly, especially if they are young and have little prior experience. As previously stated, there are exceptions to this trend, and some of these relationships go on to become wonderful long-term love stories, but it is still something you should be aware of. 10. People who don't have a sense of humor. Okay, I saved this for last, but in my opinion, it might easily take first place. There is nothing worse than meeting someone who has no sense of irony and does not recognize even the most blatant hint of sarcasm. Unless the individual is a member of my family or someone I am obliged to work with, I try to avoid people who lack a sense of humor. Unlike the previous profiles, persons without a sense of humor are unlikely to cause severe difficulties in your life. Yet, spending too much time with them will most likely turn out to be a ridiculous pain in the buttocks. Stay away from them. Tell us which of the 10 profiles presented in this video you can't stand or has caused you specific trouble in your life. Please let us know by writing a comment. If you liked the video, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Also, don't forget to enable the notification bell, which will notify you whenever a new video is added to the channel. Have a wonderful day.